Welcome guys to another video feature of a South African living abroad. This is Sitembiso Nkosi, all out in Japan on the JET program. Today I'm going to talk about your Statement of Purpose, also known as your SOP. Now your SOP, guys, is the single document that the panelists from the JET program in your own home country will have to get some insight about your life, to get an idea of who you are as a person. And it's important in those 2 pages to make it as positive and as structured and as a life story as much as possible. So add some life into your SOP. Now here's some tips and tricks that you need to consider for your Statement of Purpose. Number 1, make sure you use Grammarly to proofread your Statement of Purpose. Number 2, make sure you have 3 or 4 drafts before selecting your final Statement of Purpose. Number 3, get people to proofread your Statement of Purpose. This is for language, but also for grammar, and also for just different ideas of writing this sentence in a different structure. Now, the more people you get for this, the better, but make sure that it doesn't lose its soul and that it becomes your Statement of Purpose. Now, what are the questions that your Statement of Purpose needs to answer? Number 1, it needs to answer why Japan as a country. Why do you want to teach in Japan? Number 2, it needs to answer why specifically you want to work as an ALT, which is an assistant language teacher. Number 3, how are you going to become a cultural ambassador and promote internationalism in Japan? And number 4, what are your plans post the JET program, and how is the JET program going to influence your life both professionally and personally after you have concluded the JET program? Now I'm going to put up my Statement of Purpose on the wall as I continue my discussion. These are the things that I said in my Statement of Purpose. Number 1, I've been fortunate enough to work at an international organization, 3 international organizations. I worked for 6 years teaching IGCSE and A levels, physical education at the International School in Pretoria, South Africa. I was also fortunate enough to work at a multicultural organization, which is both Kuva Coaching for football and UNICEF South Africa. Kuva Coaching they've got over 117 centers in Japan, so that attracted me to Japan. But also the fact that the United Nations, specifically with UNICEF, are an organization that has got a high dependence on international culture and multi-internationalism and multiculturalism organization. So you become culturally sensitive to matters of how you handle certain situations in a cultural context, and it prepares you for that. I was fortunate enough to work as a sports for development consultant at UNICEF South Africa for a period of a year. Now, what more did I add in my Statement of Purpose? Other variables that I added is that I spent a month in Japan in 2018 as a Global Masters Program master student, and that made me fall in love with the culture, the people, the infrastructure, the technology of Japan. Furthermore, I was watching the 2019 Rugby World Cup and the 2021 Olympic Games in Japan because I applied in 2020. I had aspirations of working at the Olympics as a volunteer, and that's what further influenced my decision to come to Japan. So the questions, as I said, your Statement of Purpose needs to answer is why the JET program, why Japan, how are you going to promote internationalism at grassroots level, at local level in Japan, and your career aspirations post the JET program. So post the JET program, I'm looking to apply and work in as an assistant language teacher in organizations and in countries such as Spain with Conversa Spain as a program, in countries like South Korea with the English program in Korea, also known as EPIC, and to work in countries like France, Brazil, Argentina, Portugal, Italy, and Hong Kong, teaching English as an assistant language teacher to become a professional assistant language teacher as a career change in my career direction. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe as I talk more videos about the JET program and internationalism.